Everyone has their dream character that they want to see added to a game like Smash, or in this case, MultiVersus. And my dream character is one that's not very realistic, but it's a very cool concept. And it's of course this guy right here. And I know this sounds crazy, right? Because Club Penguin is owned by Disney, so it doesn't really make sense at all. But maybe down the line, one day we will see this collaboration happen and we will see the most deserving character being added to MultiVersus. Now I will say I'm not completely delusional, and I'll explain exactly why. If you guys don't already know, on Twitter, there's a bunch of Twitter accounts that are the 4 MultiVersus accounts. And what I mean by that is it'll be a big character, a character that people want to see added to MultiVersus, and it will be an entire Twitter account dedicated towards, like, you know, promoting this character and advocating for them to be added to the game. And some of these accounts actually are pretty big. One of the biggest ones, of course, is Walter White from MultiVersus, a character that a lot of people are wanting to see. This account has over 25,000 followers. But an account that was made not too long ago, a little over a year ago, was the Club Penguin for MultiVersus account, which only has 138 followers right now. And I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, this is a character that nobody would expect to really be added to MultiVersus. A lot of things would have to happen, and it's very unlikely as of right now. However, back on May 7th, before Joker was officially revealed, MultiVersus went ahead and tweeted out a little riddle for people to kind of figure out, and it had this box right here, and you had to kind of crack the code in order to unlock it. And after tweeting about the box, you know, they went ahead and revealed Joker, they released the trailer and all of that. But if you scroll up just a little bit further here, you'll notice that they actually retweeted this right here from Club Penguin for MultiVersus, which is the box, of course, being opened up, and what's inside is the Penguin from Club Penguin. Now, this obviously does not confirm anything. I'm not, you know, trying to stretch it out here and say that it is, but what I will say is this is one of the only 4 MultiVersus accounts that's been retweeted by MultiVersus. Again, I don't think this confirms that this character is being added anytime soon, but what it does do is it confirms that MultiVersus at least acknowledges that the account exists. And even though I don't think this character will ever be added to MultiVersus, I still think it will be a very, very cool addition. And what I want to do today is kind of go over the potential moveset, which was posted by the Club Penguin or MultiVersus account. And it's actually a really good mock-up here with all the different moves and abilities and things like that. And if you guys have ever actually played Club Penguin back in the day, you'll know that there's a lot of potential with this moveset. There's all these different costumes, all these different like mini games that were in the game back in the day, and just so many possibilities, honestly. I'm gonna start off with all the kind of extra stuff, and then we'll kind of look at that moveset afterwards. So right off the bat, we gotta look at the most important thing here, and that of course is the taunts. And of course, one of the most iconic taunts for this character will be the classic wave. I use this all the time. I always use this gif. This one, and of course the dancing emote, those would both be very good taunts. And they also have the juggle emote as the premium battle pass taunt. As far as the skins go, these actually make a lot of sense. Like I said, there's a lot of possibilities here, but I definitely think Rockhopper should be one for sure. That was an iconic character back in the day. And same with Sensei. The ninja skin just looks cool overall. You got Arctic over there, Jetpack Guy, and also Cadence. I don't know why I wanted to say Candace, but it's Cadence. Again, for the skins, pretty much anything would be possible. There were so many skins back in the day, but these all make sense right here. For the ring outs, I really enjoy these right here. The fish bait right there is iconic. And of course, Herbert, another big character in the Club Penguin series. I remember Herbert and the little crab too. I remember having I think it was the DS game, the Elite Penguin Force or whatever. I remember Herbert being a big part of that one. So these two right here make a lot of sense, and I love to see it. And lastly, before we kind of look into the moveset and the perks and all that, we're going to take a look at the stages here. We've got the iceberg, of course, iconic. I don't really know how this would work as an actual stage in the game, but it's still cool nonetheless. We have the tipped iceberg. There's a big conspiracy about that. There's tons of YouTube videos about that if you guys don't know about that one. We got the dojos, you got snow, water, fire, and those all look very nice. I think those kind of make a little bit more sense for stages. I feel like they could make any of these work. Obviously they wouldn't look exactly like these images right here, but I think the dojo will be a sick stage, honestly. And the box dimension too, I forgot about that. That also will be pretty sick. Also want to give an honorable shout out to the pizza parlor. I think there'll be another 6th stage. And that's kind of all the extra stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the moves, and then we'll take a look at the perks as well. So starting off, we have the neutral attack, and on the ground is going to be the snowball throw. Makes a lot of sense. The penguin charges and aims a snowball throw. The longer the charge, the bigger and slower the snowball will be. The snowball can be thrown in 3 directions: upward, diagonal, or forward. I like that a lot. The snowball makes a lot of sense. You know, that's like a staple to the character, so it makes sense that would be the neutral attack. And in the air, it's actually the camera. Another favorite GIF of mine that I use in a lot of my streams and videos. We do have the camera. This is the aerial version of the neutral attack, and the penguin faces the camera and takes a picture. The flash of the camera inflicts damage and has a 50% chance of applying a stunned debuff. Like that a lot. That's actually a really cool idea to have a stun right there. For the side attack, we have the breakdance melee for the grounded attack, and this is where Penguin starts a combo with 2 kicks and then continues with a series of breakdancing moves while moving forward. I would imagine this would be kind of similar to Kirby's dash attack, not the flame dash attack, but the other one where he would like spin on the ground. So I would imagine it'd be something kind of like that. Makes sense. And then in the air, we have the watery swing where Penguin pulls out a water hammer and swings in front of himself. I'm a big fan of characters with hammers, so it sounds good to me, and I like it. For the up attack, it would be the same grounded and in the air, and it will be pizza time. Penguin aims, then throws a dough projectile above him. He can catch it back by moving underneath. Damage is multiplied by 1.5 each time Penguin throws the dough after catching him. Interesting. So I guess this would be like a projectile that you throw up, and if it hits the opponent, then it does damage. And if it doesn't hit them, then you can just keep doing it until you're able to actually hit them, and then it would just do crazy damage. That's kind of how I'm understanding that. So it'd be an interesting mechanic. I wonder how high he would end up throwing it, or like if it would throw up higher each time, you know what I mean? Kind of like increase the risk of going for it. For the down attack, we have the ice tipping drill. A little nod to the tipping the iceberg. I like it. It's of course the jackhammer. Makes a lot of sense. Another iconic thing from Club Penguin is the jackhammer, so that one makes a lot of sense. And in the air, it will be the golden swing featuring a golden puffle swinging its pickaxe. I haven't looked at the special attacks yet, but I was gonna say like puffles. I feel like we gotta involve a little bit more there. I can kind of see, honestly, like with the snowball thing, I could see like the grounded version being the snowball, and then in the air it would be something with the puffle, kind of like to make it a little bit similar but a little bit different. So I could see that, you know, being used over there as well, but interesting concept for the down special, or I guess the down neutral attack. Moving on to the special attacks. For our neutral special, here's a puffle right here. We have the Puffle O Leap. Penguin equips a full Puffle O bag. With the bag in hand, Penguin throws 1/3 of equipped Puffle O's forward, and a rainbow puffle will leap to eat them mid-air, dealing damage. Once the bag is entirely consumed, cooldown applies. And if you guys don't know what puffles are, they're basically like the Club Penguin pets. So you were able to buy different puffles, and they were kind of like your little dog, I guess. They were like your pet, but they're conveniently the same like size and shape of a snowball. For the side special, we have the sled racing, and this was one of my favorite mini games back in the day. You basically hop on one of 4 sleds, it looks like, and you slide forward. The sled leaves an ice trail on the ground. Okay, so I was kind of taking a little bit of a look at the perks a little bit, and it was like talking about the ice trail a little bit. I was kind of figuring out like how we apply that, but I guess it's with the side special here. I actually really like that. So you basically add like an ice debuff to the ground, and you stack your evasive buff. Okay, I actually really like that. I like that a lot. It kind of makes me think of Daedalus from Rivals of Aether, being able to like add that ice to the ground and, you know, giving it different buffs and things like that. So I actually really like that a lot. The up special here, of course, is going to be the jetpack. This just makes the most sense. The only other thing I could kind of think of here would be like the propeller hat, but the jetpack makes a lot more sense, and I think this would make the character pretty good. And lastly, we do have the down special, and the first one is the Puffle Cannon. This is the grounded one. Penguin places a blue cannon aiming diagonally upwards, which then fires one of 10 Puffle variants. This is kind of interesting because maybe each variant could have some kind of different effect that it adds. And the aerial attack of down special would be dropping an anvil, so I guess kind of similar to Pac-Man in Smash, dropping the fire hydrant, so it would be a move kind of like that. So overall, the moveset here is really interesting. A lot of projectiles, and I do think, let me see, I think, yeah, they have this classified as a mage or just a ranged character overall, so it makes a lot of sense having all the different projectiles, and I do like that they kind of feature a lot of the more iconic things. I just realized that, okay, I didn't talk about the aerial version of side special. I didn't even see that. That features like the hot sauce, it looks like. Hot spin. Penguin dashes while spitting a fire, I cannot pronounce that, hitting opponents in its trajectory and applying an ignited debuff. Okay, so you got the ice debuffs, you got the ignited debuffs. Interesting. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. This is a really cool character concept. I like it. I also like how they added the visuals just to kind of give me a little reminder of some of the stuff in the game, because it has been a while. So this is actually really cool to see. And as far as the perks go and all that kind of stuff, it looks like basically having that ice on the ground gives you that evasiveness buff, which would be very annoying to deal with, which is, you know, a character that sounds really appealing to me. And as far as the signature perks go, we have 3 different ones. The first one is Icy Speeds, which means touching surfaces with ice trails applies both a hasten buff and a halved version of the evasive buff to Penguin and his allies. You've got Jetpack Pro. While using Jetpack, Penguin can be tilted sideways. Okay, I like that. Yeah, adding a little directional recovery right there. And last one is Explosive Finish. When Jetpack runs out of fuel, an explosion will occur, dealing high damage to opponents. So just by looking on those, I would imagine that Jetpack Pro will be the way to go, but all 3 are pretty cool. Yeah, overall, this will be a really cool character concept. I don't think it will ever happen, but I would say this is my dream character. I do think that if this character would be added to any platform fighter, it would be MultiVersus, but yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't see why Disney would have any reason to add this character, considering the game doesn't even exist anymore. But hey, who knows? Everybody has their wish list, and I guess this character right here is mine. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what character you're hoping to see the most in MultiVersus, and let me know if you want me to make like a top 5 video of the characters that I want to see that are like actually realistic. I'm going to continue making videos about MultiVersus news and information that we're getting, so if you want information on that and you want to watch those videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'm just excited to play the game again because it has been a while and I kind of miss this game. And once the game does relaunch, I'll be streaming on YouTube and maybe we'll do some community tournaments and things like that. We'll have to see. But that's about it for this video. Hope you all have a fantastic day and I will catch you all in the next one.